Okay guys, today I'm going to do a Gosling mayfly. So this is one of these wet flies that's kind of been developed over in Ireland for the mayflies, kind of stragglebug style it's called. Okay, so this is my interpretation on the Gosling. Hooking device is a size 10 Camasan B175. You could use a B170, which is a finer wire, or one of the full and mill general purpose, or whatever hook you've got, or just a typical straight shanked down-eyed hook, wet fly hook. Thread, just a yellow and sit in 8/0. So take your thread, touch and turns all the way down the body until you get to a point between the barb of the hook and the point, just about there. Cut away your waist. Tail, natural cock pheasant tail, about 5 or 6 fibres. So quite a long tail you want for this style of fly. So probably 1.5 to 2 times the length of the body. So tie them in. Cut that away the length of the body at an angle, and that helps to taper down your body. Now the rib, it's gold wire. You could use a gold oval, you could even use a tinsel I suppose. So piece of gold wire, again tie that in the side. Take your thread, touch and turns all the way up. That binds all that in, keeps it nice and even. And then bring your thread back down to the bottom. What we're going to do now is put the body on, the dubbing. So I've used Frankie McPhillips dubbing here, and I'm going to go for the one specifically called the Melvin Gosling. It's a lovely kind of amber coloured fur. So it's yellows, there's some reds through it, different colours of yellows. It's a beautiful mix. So in the usual manner, just dub on some of your fur onto your thread, create a nice thin dubbing rope. Now keep it even, keep it thin. You don't want it bobbly and full of lumps. So take that and then wind it up the body. You can put a slight taper in it if you want, or just a nice even body, it's up to you. So take that up to about 2 mil or so behind the eye, tie that off. The body hackle, I'm going to use some of this genetics saddle here, so it's a kind of brown, light ginger, nice shade. So strip the quill, tie that on there. Don't break your thread. So fix the thread, hackle back on, tie that in, cut away the waist, put a wee half hitch on there just to hold. Now take your hackle, full turn at the head, and then palmer it down the body. Now you can put as much or as little of a palmer on there as you want. If you want it to float really high, I would put a lot of turns on. If you don't want it to be just so high in the water, just maybe half as many turns. And then catch it in with your gold wire and rib your gold wire back up in the opposite direction of the way you wound the hackle. And that'll trap it in. Helps to protect it and trap it in. Okay. So bring your thread up, cross it over your tinsel, over your wire, and put a couple of turns on top of that. Your hackle, you can either snap it out, or if you're not brave enough, just nip it with your scissors. Your wire, it's always best to wiggle it, helicopter it, and it'll snap. That'll save your scissors and give you a cleaner cut. Okay. Now the next thing is a hackle, head hackle. It's a hen hackle, bright orange. I've seen it with more of a red, almost a brick red. I don't know, it's up to you. Try what you think would work well for you. So clear your hackle, tie it in with the tip. So couple of turns, fold the tip back, trap that in. And you can break the tip out or just leave it. I'm just going to leave it. And then wind your head hackle, folding the feathers, the fibres back as you go, put one turn in front of the other. There's quite a lot going on here, so you need to watch you don't run out of space. So catch your hackle, a couple of turns, trim that away, and then fold in, it's going forward, fold it back, tidy it up a wee bit. Okay. Now the next feather you're going to use is the sort of cloaking feather, which is silver mallard. Now, just a small feather. This is sort of, I've seen better marked feathers, but this one's what I've got just now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip one side. And then I'm going to expose the tip, like that. So I'm getting these fibres here, these long fibres here. So again, tie that in. So you can leave that tip in or break it out, cut it out, whatever you want. And then take your hackle pliers and wind the hackle on. This is a big sort of cloaking hackle. And just one turn in front of the other. Keep stroking the fibres back as you go. And again, it's one of these ones, how much do you put on? It's up to yourself. You decide how much you want on there. I think you need at least 1.5 to 2 turns anyway. So catch in the hackle with your thread. Pull that tight. Cut away the waste. And then just tidy up that head area. A few turns of thread. Just to tidy that up. Okay, the fibres are sweeping back lovely. Now, spot of varnish. Onto the head, bit onto your thread. Take your whip finish tool, which is hiding somewhere. That's it. And then a 4 or 5 turn whip finish. Cut your thread. Job done. Now later on I'll put another coat of varnish on that head there. But there you go, that's just a Gosling, or my interpretation of the Gosling. Not entirely sure it's 100% correct. Let's just call it a Gosling variant. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that.